German magazine Der Spiegel published a cartoon taking a dig at India's rising population. It has been termed racist, but the cartoonist just oversaw its own country's dwindling condition while India is racing towards one of the fastest growing economies. Germany is struggling to keep up its currency. Here's the detailed report.
Now see this. A cartoon in Germany's news magazine Der Spiegel published this mocking illustration on India. Yes, we need to get a grip on increasing population in India and spread more awareness because we do have limited resources. But the Western world needs to get its whole act together and in everything because their nations are at the brink of collapse and that may happen anytime soon with the recession. A quick comparison of Western India for you to understand what I mean. We are the 5th largest economy in the world today. Indicators suggest we could become 3rd largest economy by 2030. Importantly, India is one of the fastest growing economies and the World Bank expects the country to have a growth of around 6.3% for 2023-24. International Monetary Fund predicts the growth forecast of India in 2023 at about 5.9%. Germany's growth forecast is minus 0.1%, minus, and their inflation is rising to 6.2%. As per the IMF, economic slowdown is most pronounced in advanced economies. Inflation is falling slowly than they anticipated. So while the intention is to regularly humiliate India, the fact is we're also packed and resilient and jugadu. We may actually slowly but steadily reach the economical peak. And we will be holding the tricolour with pride in our hand when we beat the countries that love to mock us. India has an average age of 27, which is below global average, and that means if used well. If policymakers swing into action, use this enormous talent reserve, there can be a massive contribution to economy and employment by this young workforce. Not just as job seekers, but also as job generators, specifically with so many startups that are now emerging. Research shows that India is noticed now not just for its economy anymore, but also as one of the fastest growing fintech landscapes in the world, driven primarily by the advancement in digital payments. A recent report by PhonePe and Boston Consulting Group concluded that India's digital payments market will more than triple from $3 trillion to $10 trillion by 2026. Unified Payments Interface, which we know as UPI, has been India's flag bearer of the fintech revolution. We have been primarily a cash-based economy and now also leading the world in real-time digital payments. Hasn't Paytm become like our payment lifeline when we are cash-strapped? There is no worry anymore for that exact chutta change. India now accounts for almost 40% of all such digital transactions. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, India was home to the highest number of real-time online transactions in 2020, ahead of countries even China and the USA. 25.5 billion real-time payments transactions were processed in India, followed by 15.7 billion in China, 6 billion in South Korea, 5.2 billion in Thailand and 2.8 billion in the United Kingdom. Among the top 10 countries, the United States of America ranked 9th with 1.2 billion transactions.